Hello, everyone, and welcome to my podcast. This is BRIA Jamie, and I am here because I literally was so led to come and chat. I only have literally 10 minutes because that was the heads up warning my hubby gave me. He and Sol, my son, went to Costco, and they just gave me a little bit of extra time at home. I cleaned the bathroom, I took my vitamins, I wrote a review post that I have a deadline for tomorrow, and I just was super intentional about that little hour and a half that I got extra. Sol had woken up early from his nap, and I was expecting like 2 hours of him sleeping so that I would have some time. Fabian ended up going to the gym, but you know what's so interesting is that during that first time that I had earlier afternoon, when Fabian went to the gym, I was approached with so many different things that happened that I just was not expecting. And this is what I want to talk about, is expectations and how we tend to make these big expectations, even we have high expectations, and they're things like, oh, I'm expecting that I'm going to have 2 hours of time, or that I will get to do this thing at this time, stuff like that. And don't exactly get that. It just it pauses, it stops, it shifts. And you can be intentional with these big things, you can have big intentions, but these expectations, this is what causes a lot of disappointment, frustration, irritation, and discontent. And I was at the library this morning. We took Sol to his little, it's so cute, story time. And I overheard someone say to a little boy that, Sol had gone up to the toy and just started playing with it. And, that little boy, he wasn't expecting that. He wasn't prepared necessarily. So he was kind of not really into it. And you can hear the mom say we got to be flexible. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes. And this is something that I've been really working on lately, is just flexibility. It's just this, I gotta flow with things that are unexpected, that just come up, and you weren't prepared for it, and you weren't maybe in the mood for it, you're really into what you're doing, or you just have set intentions and they're not really exactly going your way. Right? So flexibility is so important, and being able to just flow with the things that arise that we weren't necessarily prepared for, and not only in our minds and in our hearts, but literally in our bodies. My main life lesson right now, I've been doing these life lesson readings. I just learned this whole new reading with the Andrea Hess programs that I learned readings from, and I just did mine. And guys, I'm all about this life lesson reading. I'm about to do Fabian's. If any of you guys are interested, I'm offering a little special on that, so reach out to me. But I found out my main life lesson, how complete it is, and where it's showing up in my life. And these are just themes that are playing out often, that my soul is just consistently looking out for in life right now. And there's also secondary ones. So you have a main life lesson, and that's usually what's the biggest thing going on. And then you have these secondary ones also. So these other little themes that you're working on. And I'm not going to get into specifics of how I do the reading, but or how I find out necessarily this information, but I'll save that for another one. But basically, my main life lesson right now is contentment, and it's showing up a lot in my life. Of guys, I could just tell you, I've been so unhappy with so many things for so long. I mean, since I was a kid, I just remember just being kind of an angrier, discontent person, just judging things ugh, this isn't right. Ugh, this isn't perfect, right? Like seeking perfection. And I've noticed it's because I have these high expectations. I have unrealistic expectations of things that it's like you can't expect to have that done without the proper preparation or the proper, steps taken to manifest that actual thing. So flexibility, it's balance, it's just being able to handle it, be at peace with what comes your way. It's okay to have this emotion, this feeling about it, but it's got to be like, it's okay though. We don't need to react so quickly right away or just like be in a bad mood just because that thing got canceled or, something didn't fall through that you really were hoping for at that time, because it's just not in alignment, but it's okay. So yeah, I'm really working on that right now. That's showing up a lot in so many aspects of my life. And that's what we get to find out in the readings, which are super, super cool. So like I said, reach out to me if you're interested in that. I am offering these life lesson readings. I love them so much. So yeah, there's been so much. I honestly, I've been wanting to do this podcast. I got super motivated since I released all of them, the ones that I had, the 3 of them finally the other day. And that just inspired me so much. And also just the feedback of, people that I know just being so supportive, and it's like a reminder of yes, when you show up and when you do what you're most afraid to do or holding back for whatever reasons, it makes you feel good. And so that was also another thing about this whole contentment thing for me. It's doing the thing. I can get so in my head. I could just start making this story up or living off of a old story. And so this helps so much to redirect my focus. So now I'm like, okay, I gotta be flexible. I am being flexible. My affirmation, I'm flexible and flowing, and I am at peace with it. I am content, and this is what makes me content. I'm able to accept that this is going this way at this moment, and I'm okay with that. I am at peace. That makes me content. It's funny because the other 2 life lessons that I'm learning, addressing as peace and balance, presence, and strength. Those are the 4 other ones that I'm working through. And they're showing up in all these different aspects of my life with a specific energy. So I'm able to kind of address that and figure out exactly what I need to do to work on this and follow it so that I can complete this life lesson and live in an even greater abundance and peace. So it's super cool. I really, really, really love it. Yeah, and I'm super, super inspired by just all the good stuff happening. There's been so much going on. I'm having this book club, you guys. If any of you are pregnant right now, this is a really, really great opportunity, guys. I'm going to be leading breath work. I'm going to be leading my dance yoga for birth. We're going to do ceremonies from the book. We're going to just really commune in a tight, sacred container. I think it's so important. And the last time I read this book by myself, and I was like, gosh, if I could just find some women who want to do this work together during pregnancy, it's just so amazing. And I had gotten it towards the end of my pregnancy, so I kind of rushed through reading it. And I just have to tell you, this is something to work through, take it week by week. I did it over probably 3 weeks. I read the book in my last few weeks. So it was I was really doing the work though. I was making it a daily thing. It was like a practice. And I saw the power in the practice and actually doing the prompts, doing the ceremonies, doing the prayers, doing all this stuff alongside, just preparing for birth. It was so life-changing and transformative, and a lot of the stuff showed up during my labor and my birth and postpartum and even now. So it was so cool. And I invite you, if you are right now, it's $250 for 10 weeks. So we're meeting every single week on Zoom on Mondays at 6 p.m. And we are going over these things, doing this work together, doing vocal chanting. I'm going to do some of my raise your voice stuff work that we do in there geared towards your birth and laboring. yeah, it's going to be amazing. So I highly, please sign up. If you feel called, if you're pregnant, you can sign up on my site. I'll put the link below. But so much fun stuff going on. I'm just honored to like be able to record this and share this, and to finally be at a place where I'm doing it instead of just being in my head about it because of fear of what other people think, or how anybody other than my calling, that's the only thing, right, that's hindering us back is ourselves. So I'm just glad I'm showing up, and that whoever is listening to this, that you're listening. Thank you. And if you like it, please leave a review and 5-star it so that it gets out into the world. It's super exciting. Can you believe it? I'm 23 weeks pregnant right now. So I started this podcast at like 10 weeks. I think actually 8. So it's been a while, but I'm feeling it now. I'm even more into the mode of preparing for second baby, mind, body, and spirit. This time a lot more body than I did the last time. So I'm super excited for that. I will be starting a prenatal and postnatal dance yoga soul fusion. I'll be having a date and time for that soon. And also just a regular dance yoga soul fusion. This has been amazing too, just for just everything. It's like the activation, the embodiment. It's my daily practice that most of the time, I mean, like, I'm pretty consistent with it. There are some days where I don't get a chance to do it. And I feel those days like that's how life-changing that work is that it literally, I'm like, wait, this is essential for being here on earth in a body. And especially as a woman who goes through all these constant womb changes, body changes, and needing flexibility, needing balance, needing heat, needing support. So we can give that to ourselves. And that's what this is, like an embodied somatic practice that really activates you, inspires you, and gets you into that movement that we need to, manifest our intentions. So I'm going to leave you with that today, you guys. Thank you so much for listening again. I'm super excited. I will leave all these links below, and go ahead, and if you want to follow me on social media, we can stay in touch on there. I post often, stuff that I am going to be hosting or doing, or just other opportunities, things I'm sharing. So thank you again for listening. I love you all. Love you, love you, love you. And I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful night. Love you.